Achieve success with global.media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with global.media.com. Let's celebrate it with or without champagne.
All right, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's always a privilege to be here. And welcome once again to our Positivity live stream. And it's a place where we are very intentional about positivity, where all our conversation is centered around the topic of positivity because we believe that there is so much possibilities when it comes to embracing positivity. We believe that everyone can stay positive in the midst of the overwhelming life challenges and circumstances. And that's why we come in here Friday in, Friday out to bring a conversation that is built on the foundation of positivity. So if you are joining us for the very first time, I want us to welcome. And it's always an interesting time to be here. All right, Madam Ibironke, thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday. It's so good to have you with us today. And I believe that your week has been great. So, for anyone, if you are joining us live, kindly drop a comment. Just say hi, say hello, tell us where you are joining us from so that we can shout you out, we can alert you, and let the world know that you are here with us. It's a community, and we believe that together we can do so much more, together we can achieve great things, and together we can get to our goals and our destination. So, if you are here, you are joining us live or peradventure you're going to be joining the team replay, you can do hashtag team replay or team live. Let us know that you are here. On this platform, we tend to reach out to a global audience, people from all over the world, and it's always amazing to share this space. And for the fact that it's been 3 years, we've started this show, coming in every week in, week out, every Friday. It's just so amazing. The testimonies, the life that I've been blessed, the positivity that has been shared. It's just so remarkable and it's been a wonderful journey. So thank you so much everyone for joining us. We appreciate you so much. Yes, if you don't know me, my name is Zion Inaugural, I'm Mr. Positive Energy. My knowledge is in vision to spread positivity to every corner of the earth, one person at a time. Today is strange because I'm the only one on screen today. Hopefully, my other co-hosts are going to join us even as the show move forward and continue. And today, it's a time where we are discussing on a very, very important topic, a topic that we all can resonate with, a topic that cuts across different fields, different denominations, different sphere of life, and I believe that everyone can be able to resonate with topics like this. Talking about leveraging relationship for career success. I've had this conversation again and again with different persons in group and individual, and it's a topic that is very sensitive. It's a topic that, like I said earlier, a lot of people can actually resonate with. Leveraging our relationship for career success. For most people who are online, for some persons, we have a lot of we have big network. For people, we have 20,000 followers, we have 30,000 followers, we have 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers, as the case may be. But then, there's one thing I realize it's a lot of people are just stacking followers, a lot of people are stacking the numbers, a lot of people are just increasing the numbers of followers they have, but only a few persons are really intentional about leveraging their network, about leveraging the followers, about leveraging the power of building relationship. And that's why we want to talk about this topic today on how does it affect, how can you leverage this, how can you position yourself, and what can you do to not just be someone that have large followers without making use of the followers, by making use, I mean by without having a genuine relationship with the followers, or without having a conversation with them, or not getting to know them. Because a lot of persons fall in these people. They stack the numbers, but the transformation or the magic doesn't happen by stacking the numbers. The magic really happens by building genuine relationship with people. And I asked a question with the discussion I had earlier on, how many people do you know from TikTok? And it's so done on you that wow, you don't really know much people. Probably you have seen their names, you've seen their pictures, but talking about knowing them, you don't really know. And that's the reason why this kind of conversation is coming today. So that we talk about what we can do and how we can do the future. Because at the end of the day, it's all about success, it's all about achieving our goal, it's all about getting to where we want to get to. Because when you look at the world we live in, I tell you, the world revolves around people. It does not matter what you do, it does not matter what you want to do or what you are doing, it revolves around people. You know, in any field you find yourself, it's about people. You will need people, people will need you. You will do something for people, some people will do something for you. So it's all about people. And because it's all about people, there is need for us to build a new relationship. It's not just about to use people because we live in a time and a season where when people show up, they only show up when it's transactional. Maybe they need something from you, they want you to do something from you, that's when they show up. But building a relationship that we can leverage for career success is beyond showing up when you need something. It's beyond showing up when you want me to do something for you or when I want you to do something for me. It's all about mutual benefits. It's all about building that genuine interest in people and creating that safe space where we all can actually connect, where we all can actually share our thoughts, our insight, and speak together with everyone. So it's gonna be a beautiful conversation today, and I believe that it's going to bless us, and I believe that everyone can actually learn from. Yes, Sharon, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. So, a beautiful peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you too, Sharon. Thank you for joining us. And it's always a privilege to have you support us weekend with us every Friday. And thank you for being part of our conversation today. Sure, Mr. Eni will be here soon and a few other persons. And like I said, if you want to join us on stage, feel free. The link is already in the comment section. You can get the link so you can join us and be part of the conversation you have to share. Maybe you have an experience when it comes to leveraging relationship. How has it blessed you? How has it changed your career? How has it changed your life? How has it impacted you generally when it comes to building relationship? You want to share, you want to inspire somebody with it, feel free to come up and share with us. We'll really be excited and glad to have you. I must say, my life has changed. I've experienced tremendous growth in my personal life, in my spiritual life, in my career life, in all way around because of the power of relationship. I don't think I will be where I am today, not because of the people I know or the people I have genuine relationship. So because it has blessed my life, I don't really want to. I don't want to keep this information to myself. I don't want it to feel like I'm enjoying it solely, but to bring an awareness like this. And I also know that I'm not just the only person who has benefited from the power of relationship. A lot of persons have. They benefited from the power of building relationship. They benefited from the benefit of what it means to genuinely have friends, people you can trust. Feel free to join us because I believe that what you have to share today has the power to change, has the power to inspire, has the power to to become a catalyst to encourage somebody to start building relationship. There are a lot of people I get to have conversation. They will tell you, oh, I don't think there is really need for me to build relationship. Or for people, they believe that the right relationship will come to them, or what is meant for them, the relationship is for them, it will happen. Or there's one thing I've learned about that when I hear people say that, I'm like, you know what? Building relationship is about intentionality. There is no such thing like you found the relationship on the path. Every relationship that you see thrive today, every relationship you see that is blossoming today, that is growing today, it's built. It's built. Someone has to take a decision to say, you know what, I have to build, I have to invest, I have to take out the time to make sure that this relationship becomes what it is. So when we talk about relationship, I know a lot of people are so reluctant about it. Like, you know what? I'm not really the talking type. I'm an introvert. I don't really like talking to people. I love my space. The funny thing is, I used to be in that category. I used to be that person that loves his space. I used to be that person who I don't really want to get close to people. I just want to be all by myself. But imagine having a business and nobody buys from you, and you are the only person who sell and buy your business. How will it be? How will it look like? I'm sure you know that such a business will not grow. Now, I'm just using that as an illustration, just to let you know that man does not live in isolation. And like just to buttress the initial point that I made earlier, like, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you're from, it does not matter what you do, you are going to need people. And people are going to need you too. It's a two-way street. It goes both ways. As much as you need people, people are also going to need you too. So quickly, I'm just going to give us a few tips on how we can leverage relationship, for career success. Because I believe that a lot of people needs to hear this. And I'm just going to share from my own personal experience and how it has been. Like I said earlier, I used to be an introvert. I used to be someone that loves his own space. But because I was so hungry for growth, because I was so hungry to be a better person, because I was so hungry to grow and develop, not just in my personal life, but also in my career. Then I saw so much need for me to come out of my shell, for me to come out of my comfort zone and put myself out there to start building relationship with people. And I tell you, relationship building is one of the most powerful tools that you can use to grow yourself, to grow your business. It's one of the most powerful tools. But as much as it is powerful, a lot of people do not embrace it. A lot of people do not want to invest in relationship. Maybe probably because they do not have the time. They feel that they don't have that luxury of time to build relationship, or they don't really see the possibility of that it brings when it comes to relationship. So I'm talking about that today. I believe that it's going to help a lot of people. So get your writing materials. And if you're here, don't forget, just drop a comment, tell us you're here so that we can know that you're here and we can shout you out and let the world know that you are here with us. Now, for me, when I began building relationship, it used to be a workload. It used to be stressful. I never really liked it. Imagine trying to keep talking to somebody, especially that persons who don't even want to respond. There are persons who respond to you in a way that is not even encouraging. There are people who talk to you in a way that might not even be convincing. And for you, you'll be like, I should have not even tried talking to this person. I shouldn't have bothered myself even trying to start this conversation. But because this person's energy does not match or does not give me the vibes I want it to give. It can be like that. The beginning stage can always be like that. When it's about building relationship, at the beginning, you don't even see the reason why you are building a relationship. You don't even see the need for the relationship to be like that. But that's what is part of the journey. So one thing I will share with us, the first thing that I did when it comes to building relationship is I had to shift. I had a mindset shift. A mindset shift. So when I want to get to know people, I want people to get to know me. One thing I've learned to do is people want to be in a place where they feel valued. People want to be in a place where they feel loved. People want to be in a place where they feel cared for. People want to be in a place where they feel secure. So one thing I had to do is I had to change the mindset towards what relationship is. I used to think that relationship is a burden. I used to think that relationship is stress. I used to think that relationship is not worth it. And if you are in this category or you are still that kind of a person, if you continue in this mindset of thinking and seeing relationships like that, you will never see the need for you to start building relationship. You will never find the conviction. You will never find the zeal. You will never find the enthusiasm when you begin to always see the disadvantages in relationship. So having a mindset shift is very key. And that's why I always talk about a positive mindset. You have to be positive about how you see relationship. You have to change your mind. Instead of focusing on the disadvantages or the negative side of how you see relationship, why not change your mindset? Have a mindset shift. You know what? I think relationship is good. Relationship has so many advantages. Relationship is beneficial. You begin to change your language towards how you see relationship. Begin to change your language, begin to change your perspective on how you see relationship. Relationship is not burdensome. Relationship is not troublesome. Building relationship is not stress. So by the time you begin to have this kind of mindset shift, it really helps you a lot, because this is something I did that really helped me. From seeing relationship as a burden, I began to see relationship as a blessing. From seeing relationship as a stress, I began to see relationship as a thing of joy, as an experience of joy that I can invest in, that I can, give my time, my resources, my energy to. And I tell you, from that very moment, my whole attitude changed towards building relationship. So if you are that person, you are still in that category where you see relationship as a burden, where you see relationship as stress, why not try seeing it the other way around, or seeing relationship as a blessing? Because that's the truth. That's the truth. Building genuine relationship with people, with your network, with your connection, it's a true blessing. I tell you, there are many persons we interact, maybe week in, week out, for some month in, month out. These are persons from Adam we didn't know ourselves. We knew online, especially from the LinkedIn platform. We got to know ourselves there. But because of conversation, because of interaction, from strangers we became friends. And from friends, for some, we are like families, we're like brothers and sisters, we're like fathers and sons, or mothers and sons, just like that. Because why? I had to change my mindset to begin to see relationship as a big blessing, not a burden, not a stress. So by the time you begin to have a mindset shift towards how you see relationship, it's really, really going to help you on how the relationship work out. Now, when we talk about leveraging relationship for career success, everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to be great. Everybody wants to achieve their goals. Oh, yes. Linda, thank you so much for joining us. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to Linda, and happy Friday. So good to have you. Yes, like I said, when it comes to life, everybody wants to be successful in your career, in your relationship, and in everything you do. This can be a pitfall for many persons. And this can allow a lot of people to be selfish towards that pursuit. And that's why when it comes to the leveraging relationship for career growth, one thing that you must understand is the principle of give before you get. Give before you get. If there's one thing I've learned to do on my journey, and in building relationship with people, when I get to meet you for the very first time, when I get to have conversation with you, in my mind, it's always, how can I add value? How can I be a blessing? How can I position myself to be someone who comes with value to the next person? And these are mistakes that a lot of people make. When you are trying to build relationship or having a conversation with people, do not come asking. Do not come trying to take. Do not come trying to make it transactional. To say, you know what, and nice meeting you. Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Can I take this from you? No. When you begin to have conversations like that, it's a red flag for a whole lot of persons, for me personally. When I'm meeting somebody for the very first time, and all they are interested in is how they're going to take and take and take and take. For me, I feel, and for a lot of persons too, It's going to make them to be have that feeling of being used, and which is not good for building relationship. If there's one way that you want to leverage your relationship for growth, for betterment, for increase, is the ability to have the mindset of give before you take. Be a person of value. And that's one thing for relationship to thrive. People want to be around people who has value, who create value, who they can learn from, who they can gain from, who can be a blessing to them. And when you come creating value, it reciprocates, it compounds, it goes both ways. And that's the reason why give before you take principle is very important when you build relationship. When I come to you, and for me, it's all about giving, it's all about blessing, it's all about encouraging you. It automatically also position you in a place where you want to return the energy back. But by the time I'm coming to the first impression is the impression of taking from you. Those are the kind of things that does not give or build a good relationship. For me, when you meet person for the first time, the person is trying to take from you, it's a red flag. You might not you from that moment you might not feel interested. And that's why if you're meeting somebody, always position yourself to give before you get. It's not about me, me, me. It should be about the other person. It should be about the other person. How you can create value, how you can bless them, how you can encourage them, how you can make their life become better. Another point that we share with us that I really learned a lot from when it comes to building relationship, it's beyond the give before you get principle. It's also seeing relationship building as a long term game. It's a long term game. It's a game of life. That's why for me, when I build relationship with people, I try to see how we can still be a blessing to one another in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, in the next 30 years, as the case may be. For most people, because they do not see relationship building as a long-term game, it's all about now. What can I get now? What can I benefit now? How can this person help me now? Such attitude like that doesn't really help to build relationship. Now, building relationship is building relationship. You have to build a relationship that you can actually leverage is a relationship you have to. Yes, Mr. Cam, thank you. Receive, appreciate you. Happy Friday to you too as well. So a relationship that you can actually leverage well for career success and growth is a relationship that you can build. You can build over time. It's not just having a conversation in the next 5 minutes before you know it, boom. It's about asking, it's about getting. It's all about you. It's all about this, that. No. It should be a long-term game. And when it comes to a long-term game, that's where trust is being built. A lot of times, many persons want you to trust them at a go. Oh, because I sound good, because I'm energetic, because I'm positive, or because I'm lively. It's not a guarantee for trust. It's not a guarantee that I can trust you. It's not a guarantee that I should tell you things or open up to you. It's not a guarantee. So one thing that you must learn is trust is built over time. Trust is a process. It's not instantaneous. It's not magic. Doesn't happen at the snap of your finger. And that's why building rapport over time, by seeing relationship as a long-term game, is very, very important. You have to know people to trust them. If I need to work with somebody on my business or partner with anyone or collaborate, there is need for me to know the people, to know the person. And how can this happen? It happens by reports, by conversations. Not a conversation that has a stopgap, like okay, maybe once in 1 year or once in many months. No. A conversation that happens from time to time, getting to know people, who they are as a person, what they do, their interests, how can you support them, how can you help them. These are very, very important. So building trust is key, and that's why for me I always say it should be a long-term game so you can build trust. Like I said, trust is not built overnight. So when you begin to position yourself like this, it's going to really help us to build a relationship that you can leverage for career growth. Then the next point that I will share with us when it comes to leveraging relationship for career growth is that I have learned, in my professional journey as an entrepreneur, is that you have to be truly interested in people. A lot of people can want to build rapport for the sake of rapport, for the sake of it, not because they are genuinely interested. If there's something that has really changed in my life when it comes to building relationships, I'm genuinely interested. If I'm asking you, how are you? I mean it from my heart. How are you? I'm asking because I want to know. I'm asking because I'm interested. I'm asking because I really want to listen to you tell me how you are. But in most cases, it's never like that. A lot of people ask just for the sake of it. Okay, I have to build rapport. It does not work like that. When it comes to building relationship, especially when it becomes a long-term game, people can sense it when you are not sincere. Yes, people can sense the insincerity in your actions, in your words. Over time, people can tell if you are not trustworthy. People can tell if it does not mean what you say because of how interested you really are. So for us to build relationship that we can leverage for career growth, there is need for us to be truly interested in people, to be truly interested in building real human connections, in building real, genuine relationship with people. Remember, this is very, very important because, like I said earlier, people want to be around where they feel valued. People want to be in a place, in a cycle where they feel seen, where they feel heard, where they feel appreciated. And to be genuinely interested in people, it's key and it's very, very important. Because another thing I've learned in building relationship, especially for career growth, is the law of reciprocity. The ability for us to reciprocate our action, reciprocate love, kindness, compassion, support to one another. Don't just be that person that always receive and receive and receive and receive and receive. There is need for you to reciprocate. Don't just be that person who is taking in. You're always being filled. You have never filled anyone before. You're always receiving, you receive, you're not pouring into people. Reciprocity is very, very important so that people do not feel used. By the time it's one party or one person that is always giving and giving and giving, the point will come, the person might feel used. So if you really want to leverage your relationship when it comes to career success and even life success, there is need for us to reciprocate. When people show up for you, also be intentional about showing up for people. Don't get too busy to say I cannot show up. Don't get too busy to say, you know what, I cannot be there for you. Thank you for being there for me. I cannot be there for you. It does not work that way. So that's the reason why you have to be able to reciprocate. The goal should be creating a system, creating a web where everyone benefits, creating a cycle where everyone benefits, not just you, creating a community of people where everyone tends to benefit, where everyone tends to gain, where everyone tends to be supported, where everyone tends to feel the love and being appreciated. So that's the reason why there is need for reciprocity. You give me, I give you. I receive, you receive. You get, I get. With that, everyone goes home happy. Everyone goes back excited. Why? Because in one way or the other, everyone has gained value. In one way or the other, everyone has received value. And that's the reason why it's very key. It's very, very important. Now, when it comes to building and leveraging relationship, if, if there's one thing I've also learned that has really changed my life is you cannot leverage a network or a community or a relationship that you do not have. I will say that again. You cannot leverage a community or a relationship that you do not have. I know we keep talking about leveraging relationship or leveraging your connection, leveraging your followers. But you don't have followers, you cannot leverage it. That's why we have a lot of people who are online. They do not participate. They do not comment. They do not comment. They do not show up. They are just there as passerby, as spectators, as people who receive, who listen, who watch, who scroll by without having to build a network or comment or belongs to a group. They don't do that. You can only leverage what you have. You can only leverage what you have. And that's why you have to be intentional about your network. You have been on LinkedIn for 20 years, 15 years, 12 years, 10 years, as the case may be. The question is, how intentional are you about building your network? Yes, I know it's all about quality over quantity. I know it's all about the value or the caliber of people. It's not about the numbers. Yes, it's good. But even the value or the quality still need numbers. The greater the quality you have, the greater the quality of relationship you're gonna have. The greater the higher the quality of people around you, the higher you're going to get more value from people around you. And that's the reason why you have to keep building relationship. So we talk about leveraging your relationship. It's only those that have the community they can leverage that can actually leverage it. So that's why you have to be intentional about growing your network. Grow your network, expand your reach. It's all about intentionality. So these things that we are talking about doesn't just happen, like I said before, by snapping your finger or happens by magic. No, you have to put in the work. You have to put in the energy. That's where the intentionality really, really comes. The ability for you to say, you know what, I think it's time for me to build my network, to increase my reach, to be able to impact more people and create more value to a lot of persons. So be intentional about building your network every day. And you don't have to look too far when it comes to building your network. For me, when I came online, especially on the LinkedIn space, I didn't know anybody per se. I just came on, it's just me, myself, and I. But there's one thing I was very intentional and I was very eager about. I was very excited about knowing people. I don't care who you are, where you're from. I just want to know you. Sincerely, really want to know you. And I tell you, just by wanting to know people, a lot of magic, a lot of possibilities, a lot of miracles have happened just by wanting to know people for who they are. Not because of what they do, or because of the field they belong, which is good, you can do that. But knowing people for who they are, for me, was a big game changer. I want to know you. I want to have conversation with you. Let's book a coffee chat. Let's have a call. Let's have a conversation. Or you can even text talk to and fro on the DMs just to really get to know people. Really get to know people. And you can start from people you meet on events like this. We have several events that goes on the online space, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. and that people will participate. I always say this: who are the kind of people you want around you? For me, I'm very intentional about positive people, people who are optimistic about life, about their career, about everything they do in general. So what do? I look for spaces where there are people like this. People are intentional about positivity, and I look for people who attend, and I try to connect with them. Oh, I met you at the Positivity Life event. My name is. I'm looking forward to getting to know you and see how I can support you with what you do. Personalized. When people receive messages like they feel valued, they feel helped, they're like, oh, okay, they're really interested. Let me get to know you. So we have to be really intentional about getting to know people. Start from your cycle, maybe your friends, your colleagues at work, people around you, or maybe from the online space. Look for people maybe you've known early before you met someone, connect with them and have conversation. Conversation, communication are the bedrock and the foundation in building relationship. The ability for us to communicate, the abilities for us to share, the ability for us to talk to one another, the ability just for us to have genuine communication from one person to another really, really helps us to be able to build that relationship. And also, another point is engage. Engage with your network. Engage with your connection. Engage with your friends. Especially on the LinkedIn space, when someone make a post, at the end of the day, you can see, okay, maybe 1,000 persons get to view it, or 30,000 persons get to view it, or 50,000, sometimes 1 million persons get to view it. But at the end of the day, only 10 persons, 20 persons tend to even engage. By engaging, I mean reacting or commenting. Majority of the people, or 90% of people on LinkedIn, generally on the online space, do not comment. They are spectators. They are onlookers. They watch what happens without being part of what happens. When you continue like that in such an attitude, there is no way you can grow, or people can know you, or you can know people. Nobody knows a ghost. Nobody sees a ghost face. All you know that ghost exists, but nobody knows an identity of the ghost. So it's more like people ghost online. All they do is they come, they scroll by, they smile, they laugh, they nod their head, and boom, they're gone. Attitude like that will not allow you to grow. And that's why to engage is very, very key. Engage in intelligent. Take, for example, you saw a post that you truly resonate with. You saw a post that really inspired you, or you saw a post that you really learned from. Instead of just saying nice. I've seen so many comments like that person say, oh, nice, good, one word, wonderful. Um, there's this LinkedIn preset messages you can send on posts, or great posts, or wonderful posts. People do that a lot, for the sake of I engage. No, that's where intentionality comes in. It's not just about dropping a comment for the sake of it. You have to genuinely engage in a comment. You have to genuinely say something nice. It must not be bulky, it must not be 20, 30 lines. It can just be 2, 3 lines, but intelligently stated, profound. Probably stating what you've learned, or how you resonated with the posts, or how the post blessed you, or what you gain from the post. So that when other persons come and scroll through, they can see your comments and they can learn as well. Or they might not have taken note of what you learned, but because you stated it clearly in the comment section of somebody's post, people can then pay attention to that lessons that you learned. So with that, because you have dropped an intelligent comment, people are like, oh, let me connect with this person and get to know them. You might not be the one who made the post, but because you have commented intelligently and someone can learn from what you said, they really want to connect with you and have conversations with you. I tell you, I've seen magic happen by just commenting on people's posts, by just engaging intentionally on people's posts. So if you want to live a relationship or career growth, these are things that we can do, to be able to know people and support people and just be in that place. One point I must also stress is this, be where your tribe is. Be where people of like mind. Be where people that share your sentiment are. Be where people that has the same core value as you are. Don't take it for granted. You have to be. That's why having a vision for your life is key. Having something you're pursuing is key, so that you can know the kind of people you can surround yourself. Sometimes because it's all about relationship and people are everywhere, you don't have to be everywhere to build relationship. You don't have to be everywhere. You have to be at different times because it can be exhausting. I tell you, it can be exhausting. Find your tribe. Find the people that you resonate with. Find the people that share your sentiments. Find the people who are passionate like you are. Find the people who are going towards the direction that you are going as well. Because it really helps in. But then you can truly build meaningful connection. You can truly build meaningful conversation with people. Because when you find yourself with your tribe, you can connect easily. They can be a great spark like never before. When you connect with your tribe, you can be able to have a conversation that you can go on and on and on and on about. So finding your tribe is key when it comes to leveraging relationship for career growth. Now remember I said earlier, aside engaging, being interested, um, really wanting to know people, being genuine, being authentic, being real, all these are very, very important. For most people, they've done this. Oh, I'm genuine, I engage, and I'm interested in people. I find my tribe. So what's next? What do I need to do next that can really help me leverage relationship? If there's one thing I want to share with you in the what's next after doing all the other I've been saying, it's there has to be consistency. Yes, relationship has to be built consistently. It's not a one-time off. It's not because I had a conversation with Mr. Khan today, and I think that's all there is to keep the relationship going on. That's not all there is. There has to be follow-up. There has to be consistency. Now, by consistency, I'm not saying you must talk every day. I'm not saying you must talk for an hour every day before you come. No. It can even be once a month. It can even be once in 2 weeks. But what matters is the ability for there to be a consistent communication. This is how relationship is being built. For most people, the only time we truly get to talk to people is when we're meeting people for the very first time. Oh, how are you? How are you doing? How's work? How's the family? And then boom, there is no more conversation. Then you are assuming you have a relationship. It does not work like that. You don't get to meet people for the first time, and after the first conversation, that's all there is. The conversation has to be consistent. There has to be follow up. And for most people who attend networking events, maybe physically or online, there is need for us to take the connection further. Maybe, okay, let's go. Do you use which social media platform do you use? Are you on LinkedIn? Are you on Facebook? Are you on X? Let's follow each other. Because if you met physically in a networking event, you may not have that link which you always meet physically. So the online space has even made it much more easier for us to build relationship, for us to get to have conversation. For me, most of the people I have conversation with, we've not met physically, but because of the conversation we have, because of the relationship we built, it feels like we met physically. But that's not the case. And that's what relationship can do. That's what consistency in communication can do for you. In really building genuine relationship for career success. There has to be consistent follow, check in on the people or the persons that you truly want to build a relationship. Like I said, it must not be every day. It can be once in a month. It can be once in 2 weeks, as the case may be. But make sure that you are following up. Make sure you are checking in periodically. It can be once in 3 months, as the case may be. It can be once in 2 months. And sometimes, I was having a conversation with somebody a few weeks ago, and the person said, the reason why I don't reach out is because I don't have anything to say. And now that's the mistake that most people make. People think unless I have something big to talk about, unless I have a big business plan, I have a business proposal, I have something huge to talk about, that's when I can have conversation with you. No, no, my friend. It's not only when there's a big gist, when there's a big something huge to talk about, when there's a big breakthrough. No. Just checking to see, hello, good morning, good afternoon, how are you? How has it been today? Can go a long way to spark a genuine conversation. And I tell you, the big conversation starts from the little things. The little things like how are you? How are you doing? How's the family? How's work? As simple as it is, can go a long way to start a huge conversation. So the reason why a lot of people do not check up, the reason why a lot of people do not do follow-ups, the reason why a lot of people do not have conversation is because they believe or they feel that they don't have something to talk about. You only have something to talk about. Every day is a new day. A new day to talk about something differently. A new day to position yourself to have conversation with people. So you must not wait for there to be a big business plan or a big breakthrough or something huge before you can truly have conversation with people. Just checking up on people can go a long way. Because we live in a time, in a world, in a season where nobody really cares. Everybody's all about their lives. Everybody's all about me, myself, my career, my plan, my goals, my vision. Nobody creates time to check on anybody anymore. Nobody creates time to look out for people anymore. Nobody creates time to ask after one another anymore. Because we give an excuse of we are all busy with our lives. But real deep human connection and relationship, it's about checking up on one another. People are going through so much. No, I say this week in, week out. Because one of the reasons that we are always pushing the positive message is because we see firsthand, we know that people are going through so much right now in their lives. And they might not be, they don't want to talk about it. For some, they don't have the courage enough to talk about it. For some, they are not vulnerable enough to talk about it. For some, they feel nobody listens when they talk about it. So a lot of people are silent, crying silently, going through things silently that they do not talk about. So you have to be that person who is there for others. Be that person who always check in. Be that person who can only genuinely ask people, how are you? Because they deserve it. Because they deserve the love. They deserve the care. They deserve the attention. They deserve the compassion. They deserve to be seen and heard and listened to. So be that person. In a world where everyone is busy, in a world where everyone is occupied, in a world where everyone is goal driven, career driven, life pursuit, be that person who can take a stop in all the business and check up on somebody, on your friends, on your co-worker, on a family member, on your LinkedIn connection, as the case may be. Be the person who is saying, you know what, I want to check up on you. I just stop by to check up on you to know how you're doing. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. You are not alone. I love you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being my connection. Thank you for being part of my online family. You know, things like these goes a long way to allow people feel seen, feel heard, and feel supported. Feel supported. Feel supported. So it's very, very important that we know how to be able to build relationship so that we can leverage it. Because a lot of people make the mistake when we talk about leverage, there are so many pitfalls, there are so many red flags when it comes to using the word leverage. Many persons take leveraging as transactional. Transactional being that person who always show up. One of my friends will always say, he will always say, being a black hole contact. The first time I heard it, I laughed so hard. I'm like, whoa, black hole contact. It used to describe people who always take and never give. It used to describe people who disappear and always show up until they need something. I've seen people like that, and people like that are come every day. The only time you see them is when they are in need. The only time you see them when something is at stake. The only time you see them is when it's about them. And these are the kind of mistakes that people make when it comes to leveraging relationship. It has to be built. Do not show up only when you need things. Do not show up only when you are in need. So do not be a black hole contact. Be a white hole contact instead. Be that contact that is always there. So you show up not just because you want me to do something for you. You show up because you are genuinely interested. You show up because you want to really have a conversation with me. You show up because you really want to talk about it. You know, I'm not seeing any comment anymore. I don't know. I think we didn't have this having glitches. If you are still there, just drop in your comments. I'm not seeing any comments. It's blank from my end, and I'm sure there are many comments coming in. I'm not seeing the comments. So if you are still there, just drop your comments. If you are following, if you are learning something, if you are part of us, maybe you are joining us from YouTube, from Facebook. Just do what you drop a comment so that we can know that you are here. Drop a comment so that we can know that you are part of the conversation. Like I said earlier, if you want to join us on stage, The link is there where you can join us. Let me post the link again so that yes, let me post. Give me a minute. Let me try and post the link again so that you can be able to join and be part of the conversation. It's it's very very important. Okay, I'm dropping it down. Yes, amazing. Yes, for anyone you want to join in, you want to be part of the conversation, you can feel free. Just drop in the comments and tell us that yeah, and yes, so that we can bring you backstage so that you can share with us on how bridging relationship as can really help career growth. The bridging relationship can really help push you to achieve career success. You know, it's been a powerful conversation, and for me, I've really learned a lot, and that's why I told myself, you know, I'm going to share, I'm going to have this conversation just to be able to expose a lot of people on what it means to genuinely build relationship because it's very important. It's very important. Very important. Very important. Yes, we moving forward now. We're talking about some of the pitfalls. Like I said earlier, you know, one of the things that people do is being that contact who only show up when they need something. It's not encouraging. You cannot build relationship like that. You cannot build relationship like that. So always show up. It's not only when you need something, show up at all times. And one of another pitfall that the mistakes that people make when it comes to leveraging relationship building, it's for them is always transaction. Imagine connecting with somebody and the first message you're getting from the person is about asking, please, can you do this for me? Can I get this from you? Can you help me with this? Imagine having to have a conversation for the first time. It's a huge red flag that a lot of people are not taking note. Don't meet people for the first time and the first conversation you are asking for something. You want something, it's about getting something. You know, it has burned a whole lot of bridges. It has watered down relationship that could have changed people's life, relationship that could have changed your business, relationship that could have changed and helped you grow to become a better person. Why? Because you show up in the first conversation as transacting. You want to gain and get. As much as there are a lot of people out there who really want to give, who really want to help, it strives more when relationships are being built. It strives more when people are being blessed. It strives more when people gain value. So I encourage you, for adventure, you are connecting with somebody for the very first time, you are getting to know somebody. Please do well not to put yourself in a place where the first message is about asking. Be that person that creates value. Be that person that comes with the mindset to support, with the mindset to help, with the mindset to always lift other people. The another mistake that people make when it comes to building relationship is sometimes a lot of people talk too much. You know, you're meeting somebody for the very first time, and the person has literally known all the secrets in your life. It's very funny that there are some persons like that. Like they can literally say everything about them at a good. It's good to talk, it's good to share, but sometimes let it be progressive. Let it be progressive. Let it go from phrase to phrase, let it go from time to time. In building relationship. And because that's how a lot of people keep trust. That's why a lot of people, put themselves in a place where the the trust that is supposed to be being built is broken. It's broken. So as much as you want to share, let's learn to minimize what we share. Allow your share to be progressive. Get to know people. As you get to know people, the more you share, the more you talk, the more you get to, you know, grow together. And lastly, I will end with this on my end. One of the things that is a big red flag for a lot of persons when it comes to building relationships. There are many persons who do not know how to show gratitude, who do not know how to show appreciation, who do not know how to say a simple thank you to people. They take and disappear without thank you, without appreciation. There's one thing that has really helped me a lot when it comes to building relationship in my career growth. It's the ability to show gratitude to others. For me, everyone matters. For me, everyone is important. For me, everyone is valid. For me, everyone has something. I can be a blessing to anyone. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. So showing gratitude is key, and it is very, very important. Be grateful to people. When somebody does something for you, say thank you. When somebody connect with you, say thank you. When somebody do something for you, say thank you. When somebody engage, say thank you. When somebody show up for you, say thank you. A lot of people overlook things without showing appreciation. Yes, Sharon says manners are important, Zion. Yes. Our manners are very, very important. Your manner of approach, your manner of conversations are very, very important. And that's why I talk about gratitude, the ability for you to be grateful to people. That's why for everyone who show up for our event, we always shout you out to say thank you. Just to let you know that you are the real MVP. Now, you made this event possible because you show up for us. You are here to have this conversation with us. We always say thank you as our own way of appreciation and gratitude too. Because you might be busy with work, you might be doing something else. But you chose to be with us to show up our event. So we always say thank you. We highlight you, we shout you out, just to show that we appreciate you. And that's how you can build good relationship. People want to feel loved. People want to feel appreciated. For me, I want to feel appreciated. So when I hear people say thank you, people appreciate me, it motivates me to do more, to show up more, to encourage people more. So the ability for us to show sincere gratitude, not the lip gratitude. Because a lot of people can do lip gratitude. Sincere gratitude. Gratitude from the heart. Gratitude that you mean, not from the lip. Being grateful for people. Being grateful for people. It's very, very important. A lot I've shared today, and I believe that there's so much that you have learned, and there's so much you can learn for those who will be watching the replay. Just go. I believe that it's a conversation that we all can resonate with, real relationship and integrating relationship. It's not just about having the followers, like I said, it's about having real-time conversation with people. Sometimes you don't really know what people do just by looking at their profile. I've seen a lot of people who their profile do not really tell us what it is. But by having a simple conversation with them, you can really get to know people. For those who are job searching, you're looking for a job, you want an opportunity, have conversations with people. I read something. I read something a few days ago. Said up to 70% of jobs are never posted up, are never posted up, and up to 85% of job vacancies are filled up through referrals. I will say that again for those of us maybe you might be in the category of job search, right? We said up to 70% of jobs are never posted, and up to 85% of job vacancy are filled through referrals. Who know you? Who you know? So the jobs that you are looking for or the job opportunity you are looking for can just happen by having a simple conversation with somebody. By having a conversation with a recruiter or someone that knows a recruiter or someone that has a connection with a recruiter, it's key. It can go a long way to make the job search less stressful just by being able to have real-time conversations with people. A lot of people spend time in sending resume, but they spend less time in building connection. A lot of people spend a lot of time dropping their CVs from offices to offices, from one company website to another company website. But they spend less time in building real-time relationship with people. Build relationship, build rapport, have conversations with people. And who knows? The person you're talking to might just know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that can put you in the position that you want. Don't get too busy, not to say hi, not to have conversation. Look for people in the field that you're looking at. Look out for people in the area that you want to go into. Another something that I rated: 95% of recruiters are on LinkedIn, and 85% of jobs are filled through networking. For those who are looking for jobs, all the recruiters that you want to meet, 95% are on LinkedIn. They have an account on LinkedIn platform. And the ability for you to connect with them, have a relationship with them, can go a long way to make the job search journey and the job search process a lot much more easier. Network. Look for opportunities where networking are being shared. Go to an event where people network, where people talk, where people have conversation. Network. My mentor will always say something. He says, Zion, network your way to success. Network your way to greatness. Network your way to your next job opportunity. Network your way to the next partnership. Network your way to the next collaboration. I remember the first time I heard it, I didn't really grasp what it meant. But network your way to success. Career success, financial success, the kind of success you want, as the case may be. Networking is key. Get to know people. Because I tell you, the room you want to be or the table you want to sit in, there are people who are already sitting there because there is nothing new under the sun. And the ability for you to know people who have gone ahead of you in the current path that you are in the journey of life that you are in, goes a long way to make your journey much more simpler and easier. One of my better will always say, says, when you learn from people's experience, you will gain the lessons and not go through the tough times and difficult times they had to go through. You learn the lessons, but you didn't have to go through what they had to go through. So networking is very, very, like I said earlier, expand your reach, build your network, and get to know people. It is very, very, very important. And I've said a lot. If anyone has a question, you have anything to add to it, you have a contribution, or you just want to say hi, you want to come up on stage and just say hi to let people know you, what you do, where you're from, feel free. Join us on stage. That's the link right there that you can join us with. StreamYard. It's through StreamYard. You can come on the backstage. Or you can just drop a comment. Drop a comment that we can be able to read out here and share with the world so that you can be part of the conversation. We believe that a lot of people has a lot to learn, a lot of people has a lot to share. A lot of people are not talking, they are spectators. So be the person that participates, be the person that is involved, be the person that should be part of the conversation. You know, it's been remarkable, and I know that a lot of people have learned a lot. If I join us team replay, can we watch the event again so you can be part of this. With that being said, I want to say a big thank you for everyone who has joined us. Once again to Madam Ibironke. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for being here. I'm just only highlighting what I see on my screen right now. Sharon, thank you so much. Blessings to you, Linda. Thank you. We appreciate you so much. Our brother Khan, amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you so much, all of you. And for anyone who might be joining us that we are not seeing right now on our screen, we say a big thank you. We say a big thank you. We appreciate you. And we believe that it's been a wonderful and a powerful conversation. With that being said, next week Friday is another time where we are going to be here to have a good conversation. You know, we're going to continue in this light, but from a different angle to really look at what it means to liberate relationship and how we can position ourselves. Next week Friday has to be another powerful conversation. All right, we have Lillian Morris with us. Oh, it's been a while. Lillian, happy Friday. How are you?
I'm good, Zion. How are you?
I'm very fine. It's been a while. It's so good to see you.
I know, but you always been there for me. So I thought if I don't thank God for you, I don't know what else can I say. And I think it's good to know that your platform has ministered in so many different ways to me. Since May last year till today, I can only say God has been faithful despite what I've been going through. You know, sometimes I'll be like sitting there, you know, reminiscing on life, and then something said, actually, as Zion said, you are more than enough.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that vocabulary. And then, what can I say? It's almost end of the year now, and I'm so grateful for so many things. But I've got few to highlight the things I'm grateful for. And I love the way you have put it across and the way you nudge us to see opportunities rather than challenges. And I've loved that you said, you know, the tables you want to sit. There are some people who are sitting there. I want to be grateful that I managed to pull my own chair to those tables. And I would want to encourage anybody, when someone tells you you can't, just said, Zion said, you're more than enough. Then Lillian said, you don't have to wait for somebody to pull the chair for you to go and sit at any table you wish to sit. Yeah, because I would love to encourage somebody. I work in a very big organization, or I used to. Uh, and those who know healthcare system in this country, the higher you go, the cold it becomes. But you know what? When I remember the words "you are more than enough," and just being a positive mindset in all the seasons of my life, I found myself pulling others while I was bleeding. If you ask me how did I do it, I do not know. But all what I know is I managed to pull few people while my own wound was bleeding profusely. But the good thing is God have put a tourniquet on that so that the bleeding would not contribute to my cardiac arrest. So when you go through anything in life which is really tough, just remember you are more than enough, and you can pull your chair at any table you want. And some of them you just need to say, excuse me, as they think they are looking at you, they've given you already away. So what was happening back then is each time I had problems, because in my area of work, where I used to work, I was the only global majority person. In other words, I was the only Black person. So you can imagine, nobody pulled that chair for me.
Wow.
I did. And then when people told me, oh, you couldn't be band, stay the band 7.6, I said, I don't need all those lower bands. I need the higher bending. So I pulled my chair. I found myself where I wanted to sit comfortably. And I knocked on that door with confidence, remembering I'm more than enough. And then when the challenges came, for some reason, I don't know why, God always spoke to Zion. And he will go on LinkedIn and say, the one which really touched me was, if there are some brilliant or unique leaders you would want, and on the first list of people he put on LinkedIn, my name was the first one. And me being me, I was like, what? Because I didn't know these changes of LinkedIn. I'm not an IT person. I don't do social media, but the only platform I'm on is LinkedIn. Yeah. And then I'm like, what is God saying to Zion in this moment about my name? I think you did that for consecutive weeks. I couldn't, when you're having people saying, oh, your leadership is crap, and then you find somebody somewhere in this world thought greatly about me. Then I said, God, I don't need anything anymore. I don't need anything. Before I was here, I'm grateful for the journey you took me through. And this journey, what I've learned through the process, it doesn't matter how much pain you are experiencing. Find something you can do intentionally, purposefully, empowering somebody in a way. It could be those letters Zion wrote about me. He didn't know I was going to use that statement in some higher offices, but I did. And I said, this is how people describe me. This is how other people see me. This is how other people perceive me. I didn't need to defend my name, but what I know is maybe through you, Zion, maybe through someone on this group, you created that sense of belonging to somebody. And it didn't need to be belonging to his physical circle, but his prayers and his written note about me, I managed to feel belonging somewhere. So this is the things we need to be grateful. When things are tougher, remember the things that somebody who pass through you or just smile, or you utilize that opportunity as if it's the first and the last time you'd want to smile. So this is why I keep on coming back here, because I said to Zion, I think it was 4 months ago, I'll come here with my testimony. And I'm still here. I'm grateful. I can stand boldly and say, indeed, gratitude will be my only vocabulary, which I'll express to anybody, even who gives me the way. I'll say, I'm so grateful. God bless you. Find a church to go. Or if it's somebody's child who is struggling, if I know, it doesn't matter, I don't have any penny, but if I can give them a call and make them to think the positive way, as Zion had done with his words. I didn't fish for compliments, but he just did it. And it saved my life big time. It saved my family the big time. It opened so many doors because I started believing positively. I started, when you think, and what you thinketh, you become. I think we forget that. And sometimes it's okay not to be okay. We need to understand that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay, things may turn upside down, but it does not matter. It does not matter. Just remember, somewhere there is thinking about your name, and you mean greatly to them. And as I say, it could be a marriage, it could be a relationship, it could be at work. Just tell yourself, there was a time I didn't have this job and I was just doing fine. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity. And I'm so grateful for all the negative experiences I've gone through in my life. I'm so grateful that through those trials and tribulations, I'm here to tell you that you are more than enough, and you can sit at any table at any time you want, as long you believe in yourself, as long you seek guidance, as long you tell yourself, I do not know it all. The world out there doesn't need people who know it all. They are now looking for people who are curious, who'd want to learn something different, who'd want to bring innovative ideas, who would want to nurture the young generation, who would want to show resilience to other people, who can be a role model. So some of the things we are looking for, we all possess them, but we think somebody needs to come and tell me that, oh, you can do it. Yes, when we don't have confidence, we all need second opinion. Don't get me wrong. And I'm grateful for people who give those opinions in a very genuine manner, in a very empowering manner. And please, 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 the world is unkind. So if you can do anything, be kind by nurturing somebody to see light at the end of the tunnel. People are struggling. Some are struggling with suicidal thoughts, not because they lack anything. It's just because that demon is hovering around their life. But as I speak to you, just know that help is there. It could be through Zion. Zion will know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. Or N would know somebody who knows somebody. Eddie will know somebody who knows somebody. So the help is out there. Let's remain grateful. And with this group, I believe, Zion, you are saving more than just one life. God bless you.
Wow, thank you so much, Lillian. That was powerful. I could sit here all day listening to you, and just to hear about the testimonies, the gratitude, especially for this event we hold, it's just a source of encouragement for us to keep going and to remind us that our message of positivity to inspire, to motivate, and encourage people is affecting a lot of life. And like you said, You are more than enough. That's a very profound message. Does not matter who you are, does not matter where you're from, does not matter your country, your background, or your experience, you are more than enough. And I love it when you said you had to bring your own chair to the table. And there might be people like that. Maybe you are at the table, there is no chair. You have to create your chair, bring your chair to the old table. And wherever you find yourself, you are more than enough. Thank you so much, Lillian, for coming in and just inspiring us again and again and again, just to remind us of the need for us to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep showing up, and just to keep inspiring people with our message of positivity. Not just you, I know we have a lot of persons out there who have been inspired, who have been motivated, whose life have been transformed. We want to say a big thank you for the feedback, a big thank you for the kind words, a big thank you for the love, a big thank you for the huge support, a big thank you for being part of this amazing community and using your voice, your story to also inspire other people out there to keep believing, to keep holding firm, and to keep trusting in themselves, because there is nothing impossible to a man or a woman that believes. As long as you can believe in your dream, you can achieve it, you can get it. You can Wow, thank you so much, Lillian. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm so blessed just to have you with us, just to be able to share. We appreciate you so much. I think with that, we can just call it a mic drop and call the curtain for today, because it's been a wonderful conversation. And Lillian just puts the icing on the cake and help us round up the. So thank you so much again, Lillian Morris. We appreciate you, and we are looking forward to see you join us more and more on our events, and just get to inspire more people with your voice. Thank you so much. And for everyone out there, you've heard it all. I want to say a big thank you. We appreciate you. If you know somebody that needs to hear about this event, about what it means to live a relationship for career success and growth, please share this event, repost it, let more people see it, because the more the merrier, the more people we can reach, the more impact that we can make. With that, I want to say, have a wonderful weekend filled with so much love, so much compassion, with so much kindness, and so much positivity. And never forget, in positivity, there's always endless possibilities for you. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Every step forward is a new beat to your drama. She's success with global.media.com. And celebrate it with or without champagne or rum. She's success with global.media.com.